Alright, I could just leave it at like 10 minutes. This is way too in depth for me to just leave it at that. Another note I wanted to put on was, let's take this same example and let's present it to a jihad terrorist. Okay? Now, this is not to take anything away from your moderate Muslims. I understand there's a lot of you out there that are quite sincere, very rational people. In fact, I deal with discussing these things with Muslims at my school all the time, and they're quite enlightening conversations. So don't take this to heart. Don't think that for a second I think that a jihad terrorist represents the Muslim community or the Muslim faith in any way. I'm not suggesting that. Now, let's say you knew that a jihad terrorist was a bad thing. It was a bad idea to strap bombs on yourself and go kill other people, because you know that he's not going to heaven. He's not going to receive 72 virgins. And by the way, that could be a cliche or just an association that people have attributed to it. I don't know. I haven't actually read the Quran. I'm actually quite interested to read it, except my list of books on the to-do list is a little extensive right now. But no, in the event that you did know this, I would say it's safe to say this, that most atheists do actually know this. In fact, it's funny because a lot of Christians know this as well. How do you present that to them? I mean, do you think that you're going to be able to rationally expose this to a jihad terrorist in a manner that he's going to give up his method and not blow people up? It's kind of a scary concept, because you know before you even attempt it that there's no point. You're presenting something that conflicts with his worldview. He's so stuck on that worldview that even if you were to present valid, real evidence, empirical evidence, he's going to dismiss it, as I see creationists do all the time, especially on the topic of the global flood, which I wasted colored ink printing out proof that it never happened, and how it was an idea obviously originally created by creationists to try to support their ridiculous, literal interpretation of the Bible. I'm sorry, my aunt started saying that the global flood actually happened, and so. But I mean, I learned something from that. That's the most important thing here, is that you do learn from your experiences, even despite how negative they are. You can always gain from them. And I learned that when it comes to reason and rational thinking, it's kind of a waste of time when you're confronting somebody's religious views, or more importantly, their entire concept, their worldview. So I would like to actually extend the same philosophy onto someone that believes that, like a creationist, that if you believe that, Ben Stein's Expelled movie actually was an accurate documentary as to why your good ideas are being rejected by the scientific community, then I would propose that you have not actually looked into the reasons why they were rejected. You've just literally asserted your own you've already provided conclusions without analyzing all aspects of it. I'm really frustrated by this, and I think a lot of atheists are. It's like, how can you possibly explain to an individual how ridiculous their actions are, and do it in a way that doesn't literally shut them down and block them out and think that you're the mentally unstable one. It's an ongoing battle, really. One of the methods that I'm able to use now to distinguish between good and bad ideas is the fact that if I'm presented with 2 ideas, 4 ideas, 10 ideas, I try my best to give them equal validity right off the bat. And it's impossible to actually address every single bad idea for the bad idea that it is, because we're bombarded by information on a daily basis. It's too impossible to be able to have the time to weed out every single bad idea. But how is one supposed to go about that? I have my methods. A Christian will have their methods. A Muslim will have their methods. We all have our different methods of doing things. The difference is, somebody of religion, they're relying on their own intuition about what's real and what's not real before they analyze and weigh all the options at hand. It's just something to think about. I don't know. Appreciate some feedback on this. I'd like to get some other thoughts and maybe get this topic explored in a little more depth. But yeah, that all derived from watching one scene in 12 Monkeys. So there was one person that accused me of being closed-minded. I don't think very much. Well, I think if that individual decides to stop by, then I think now he might actually understand that is definitely not the case. My problem, as I like to say, my blessing and my curse is that I think too much. But anyway, you guys all have a great day. Bye.